Let's be honest, shopping for an e-bike is a headache right now. There are 1,000 brands online and half of them look like toys. I spent the last month riding the top-rated models around my city to see which ones actually hold up. I'm looking for real-world speed, batteries that don't die in 10 miles, and frames that won't rattle apart.
Product number 1, the compact folding commuter. When I first pulled this out of the box, I was honestly surprised by how small it folds down. It's got these 14-inch wheels that make it look tiny, but once I hopped on, the 560-watt motor really surprised me. It's punchy. I hit 24 miles per hour on a flat stretch, much faster than I expected for a bike this size. The best part is how it handles my daily routine. I can fold it up in about 30 seconds and toss it in my trunk without breaking a sweat. The 48V battery is solid too. I like that I can pop it out and charge it at my desk. If you live in a tiny apartment or need something to bridge the gap between the train and your office, this is a no-brainer. It's built for the last mile struggle, and it does that job perfectly.
Product number 2, Jason EB5 mountain bike. Moving over to the Jason EB5, this feels much more like a traditional mountain bike. I noticed right away how light it is, just under 50 pounds, which is rare for a bike with a 750-watt peak motor. While I was riding, the front fork suspension did a great job soaking up those annoying sidewalk cracks and potholes that usually jar my wrists. I played around with the 4 different modes and found the booster mode really helpful when I was walking it up a steep driveway. The LCD screen is actually readable in direct sunlight, which is a huge plus. It's a 360 watt-hour battery, so it's not for cross-country treks, but for a 20-mile round-trip commute, it's super reliable. If you want a bike that looks normal but has that extra kick for hills, the EB5 is a great middle ground pick.
Product number 3, GoTrax Dolphin Step-Through. The GoTrax Dolphin has a very different vibe. The step-through frame makes it so easy to get on and off, especially if you're wearing jeans or carrying a backpack. When I took it out, the 350-watt motor felt smooth rather than aggressive. It's capped at 20 miles per hour, which feels just right for cruising through a park or a busy downtown area. I spent a lot of time adjusting the handlebars and the seat. GoTrax made it really easy to find a comfortable, upright riding position. The Shimano 7-speed shifter is crisp, and I didn't feel any skipping when I was pedaling hard. It's also UL certified, which gives me a lot of peace of mind regarding the battery safety. This is definitely the one for you if comfort is your #1 priority and you want a bike that's easy for anyone in the family to ride.
Product number 4, Windhorse 26 Commuter. The Windhorse feels like a workhorse. The first thing I noticed was the included rear rack and fenders. Usually you have to buy those separately, so having them pre-installed is a huge win for grocery runs. I rode this through some light rain, and the IPX5 waterproof battery held up fine, which is a relief because I'm always worried about electronics in the wet. Performance-wise, it's got a 750-watt peak motor that handles inclines without feeling like it's struggling. The 5 different working modes, including a cruise mode, made my longer 15-mile rides much less tiring. The colorful 3.5-inch display is the best in this group. It's bright and shows everything you need at a glance. If you're planning on replacing your car for local errands, the Windhorse is the most practical choice here because of that storage rack. Product number 5, Masoto 1500-watt peak mountain e-bike. This Masoto bike is an absolute beast. When I twisted the throttle, I could immediately feel that 1500-watt peak power. It's built for the rough stuff. I took it off the pavement and onto some dirt trails, and the 26-inch tires grip the loose soil perfectly. It claims a 65-mile range, and while I didn't go that far in one sitting, the 48-volt 10-amp-hour battery barely moved the needle after my hour-long test ride. The mechanical disc brakes are essential here because this thing moves fast, up to 25 miles per hour. It feels very sturdy and overbuilt in a good way. The 30-degree climbing capacity isn't a joke. It hauled me up a steep hill that usually leaves me winded. If you want the most power possible and plan on doing some light off-roading along with your commute, this is the powerhouse of the bunch. That's the breakdown. After putting miles on all 5, it really comes down to whether you need a compact folder or a high-power mountain bike. I've put the links to all of them in the description below so you can check the current prices. See you in the next one.